Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Jen and this is Jewelry with Jen. If you are new to my channel, welcome aboard and thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for following along. I'm so grateful and happy to have you with me along this jewelry journey. And either way, if you have not hit that subscribe button, please hit that subscribe button now and show your support so I can continue to make and post really cool videos all about jewelry. And today what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and do a bracelet using beading wire and a toggle clasp. And as you can see, I've laid out my design, and this is going to be a Christmas inspired design, and this is going to be using the beads from the dollar bead box for November 2023. So this will be the first project I'm doing on camera with the dollar. So let's get into our project, guys, and let's talk about what we will need supply-wise for this project. As you can see, I have my bracelet and anklet design board here, and I am using the bottom. I've laid out my design, and I've measured my beads out and laid them out to where they're about right around 7 inches. Now, I think with our toggle, we will end up with about a 7¼ inch bracelet. Maybe 7½, but probably 7¼ which is perfect. So that's probably a good medium standard go-to size. Most people buy somewhere between a 7 and an 8 inch bracelet. So that's what works for the majority of the people. So that's my usual go-to size. I am using all beads that were included in the dollar bead box. And what I really like about this particular bead, it's like almost like a lamp work bead, but not quite. But they are green and they're opaque. You can see through them, but they have like a bronzy finish to them. Like this one is striped and then this one is stamped. And it's the same on both sides of the bead, and it has, I'll pull that in there, it has like a bronze finish stamp to it, and it's a beautiful bead. So I thought, okay, well, in spirit of the bronze, I will go ahead and pull out bronze findings. So let's jump into the supplies you're going to need. You will go ahead and need your beads that you're going to design and put enough beads on your board to where you're landing at right around 7 inches from start to finish of your beads on either side. Okay? And then we're going to, of course, be using our flush wire cutters. And I'm going to be using the beading wire today I'm going to use is in satin gold. And it's the Beadalon brand. You can use any brand you want. But I'm using the 0.018 inch. And it's the 19 strand. It's very flexible, and I like this wire. It's one of my go-tos, 0.018 inch, 19 or 49 strand. But I like the 0.018. Or the 0.019, but for this case, because this is the only thing I had in gold, but also I like the size for this particular project. It's not going to be very heavy of a bracelet. Then we're going to need a toggle clasp, and I picked out this bronze color to match the beads. It's a wreath, actually. Super cute. So we're going to be using a toggle clasp. I have 2 #1 crimp beads and 2 3mm bronze crimp covers, and they're in a bronze color. That's the supplies you'll need for this bracelet. Now, to start the project, what you're going to do is, I just went ahead and cut my wire a minute ago. So you're going to cut your wire, and I would recommend cutting at least around 12 inches to 14 inches of wire. You can go with 12. The reason is because you definitely don't want to short yourself on your wire. You want to have plenty to work with when we're doing our findings. And excuse me leaning over, I forgot one thing, which is a bead stopper. We need a bead stopper. Okay, and obviously that we're going to put on our wire to stop our beads from coming off. So we will actually put that on there right now. So I've cut myself a 10-inch piece of wire. Now let's put our bead stopper on the wire. Just put it at the end like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and just string our beads in our desired design. So I'm just gonna start on this side over here and just gonna continue to put the beads on my wire in the order that I have them laid out in my design. This is the easy part, guys. If you're beginners, this is definitely a beginning jeweler beading technique tutorial. If you do not know how to make a beaded bracelet, that is why I'm putting this video up. So this is really geared towards beginners. And so all I'm doing is simply beading on the beads as I've laid them out here. I'm gonna pick up the other side and I can do the same thing again. I can go around and make sure, yep, it overlaps, it's gonna fit perfect. So now to finish one side, what you're gonna do is let's pick up a crimp bead. We picked up a crimp bead and let it go ahead and fall down on your wire. And now pick up your toggle and you're just gonna feed that over the tail. And now you're gonna grab your tail, go around the toggle to where it stays on this other side. And let's grab that crimp bead. And we're going to feed the tail through the crimp bead. You see I'm doing it to where I'm making a loop with this tail up and over, but keeping the toggle on the other side. And now I'm feeding that through the wire. That crimp bead through the tail of the wire there. See if I can get that. There we go. Okay, and now I grab that tail and I have my toggle, right? So that's what you have. You've got your toggle on one side of your wire and your crimp over here on the other side. And that's exactly what you want. Now we'll go ahead and just pull that crimp tube up just a little bit. We need to make sure we have movement in our toggle. You don't want a lot of room, but you do want some room. So do just like I'm doing. I'm holding my crimp bead up at the end and I'm moving my toggle to make sure that it's gonna move around, and it is. And so holding that right there, oh my gosh, I forgot a tool, guys. I apologize. Obviously, you need a crimping tool. I forgot. I thought I was thinking about making a stretch bracelet in my head, and then I changed my mind, and so I forgot my crimp tool. So I'm gonna have to bend across the table again, guys, and grab my crimper. Okay. So you see how our toggle moves at the end of that wire? We're holding our tail and our wire separately in our fingers so they're not overlapping. We don't want the wire to overlap. My crimp bead is so small it keeps popping up. So I'm trying to stay on camera, but I've got to get a hold to it there because see, it just wants to keep coming down on me. Okay, let me see if I can just get a hold of that. Now you're gonna grab your crimp tool, and you see how your crimp tool has a divot on the top and the bottom? That's position 1 and position 2. So the first thing we're gonna do is go in the second position, which is at the bottom of the crimping tool. Put your crimp bead in the bottom position. Okay, just like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and squeeze. Now what you're gonna do is flip it over to the side and take the top divot that's at the very top, that's position number 1 of your crimp tool, and put it in the crimp bead and then squeeze. And what that just did was that crimped and then folded our crimp bead over. So it's got a nice sturdy finish. Now, if you have a crimp cover, grab your crimp cover, and then you'll just slide the crimp cover over the crimp bead and you'll feel it snap in there. trying to get mine in there perfectly. Keeps twisting the other way on me. And then you'll grab a crimp tool or a plier and gently close that crimp bead cover to where it closes. And you want to work from the top to the bottom. I use the crimping tool, but you can use a flat nose or chain nose pliers, whatever you've got that works for you. But I find the crimping tool actually works on the crimp covers just fine for me. So that's what I'm using. And you just go back and forth like I just did there until it looks like a crimp bead. And now one side is finished. Now you're gonna go ahead and take your beads, and you've got that tail. Go ahead and feed that tail through your beads. And it's just gonna go through like one of mine with a little bit left. Okay, and then now we're gonna go ahead, grab your bracelet and shake it down. So now you're gonna make sure that you're flush on this finished side that you just did. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, now what you're gonna wanna do is you don't want to finish your crimping with your bracelet flat. You definitely wanna turn it in like a half moon shape here, in some sort of a circular shape, because the reason you're doing this is because you want movement in your beads, right? You want your beads to move. You don't want them to be stiff. First of all, you won't be able to get it on the wrist and clasp it correctly. And secondly, your beads will have more friction. They'll rub together and break. So you want to make sure that when you're finishing off your bracelet, that just like I'm showing you here, that you have it in kind of a circular shape, best you can do. And so now we're gonna go ahead and finish it off. Let's grab the other crimp bead. We'll feed it on our wire. We can let it drop down. We're gonna grab the other part of our toggle, which is the bar part, and we will feed it through the tail. And then we will grab, we're gonna kind of bend our wire over, and let's grab that other little crimp bead up here. And holding the tail over the toggle, so your toggle is gonna be on the other side, and you're gonna take the wire, feed it through the crimp bead. And now at this juncture, I would grab at least your first bead, feed it through the tail, and if you can get, oops, it didn't go through. And then if you can do a second bead, that's fine too, but mine are too small, these little druck beads. I can only get it through one, but if you can get it through 2 beads, that's great. Now what you're gonna do, let me get this laid back down and in camera so I can show you what I'm doing here. Okay, so now you have your toggle here, and what you're gonna do, and you're holding your tail, and you're simply gonna start pulling on the tail until your beads meet to the toggle, as close as you can get it where the toggle still moves. Now you may have to continue to move your crimp bead, that's normal, until you get it pulled where you want it to be. Okay, and so that's what I've done. And so you see how I have that up there as tight as I can get it with still having movement on my clasp. Okay, and my crimp bead is right there. It's very tiny, but I think you might be able to see it. Now let's just double check our other side. We don't have any wire, any gap. We do not. And we're making sure that we have movement in our beads. That's perfect. Now while you hold that tail, you're excuse me, you're going to want to go ahead and crimp off your bead. So go in the second position, put your crimp tool over the crimp bead in the bottom position of your crimp tool and squeeze. And then turn it to the side, put it in the first top portion of the position 1 of the tool, and squeeze again. And now we have folded it in half. Okay, so now you can't probably hardly see that, it's such a tiny crimp bead, but we have folded it in half. Now, excuse me. Now we can go ahead, grab your flush cutters, get right in there, and get rid of that wire. Clip that off. And just to finish it off, last step is we'll go ahead and put a crimp cover over that. So I'm going to grab my crimp cover. I'm going to place it over my crimp bead. Just like that. Okay, just like that. Grab your crimp tool or whatever tool you have to close that crimp cover. We're just going to squeeze it really gently to where we can get it closed. And make sure it looks nice and flush to where it looks like another bead. I know it's hard to see what I'm doing. It's because that toggle is in the way. I'll try to hold it there. See if I can do it that way. And just get that closed there. Okay, I mean, I think that looks good. Okay, and that's it. And that's what we have. That's what we've done. So let's go ahead and let's try it on and see what we came up with. And I think our sizing wound up good, so I'm glad that I removed those 2 bicones. And so we look like we landed just like I thought. There's our pretty little finished wreath clasp. And that's what we have. And it fits perfectly, so it's probably right at a 7 1/4, just like I thought, because we allocated size for that crimp bead and the toggle itself. So that wound up being right at 7 1/4 inches, just exactly where I wanted it to be. And that's what we have. And so that, I think, friends, wraps up making a beaded bracelet using a toggle and some crimp covers. Super easy, right? So I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, give me a like, thumbs up. And hopefully you'll come back and join me for some more how-to beginning jewelry techniques. Until next time, friends, be well.